What a laugh this episode is. Boy, if only I knew where to get more Oddcast episodes. That's right, you can go over to patreon.com/oddcastn for just $1 or a 7-day free trial, see how you feel about it. But just $1, I'm not even making that up, just $1, and you can get access to all of the Jokey Pants Has Bad Taste early and anything else that we might do. I would say you'd get What an Oddcast early, but scheduling with that is typically just the week before it has to come out, so it's not exactly easy to get that up unless you just want it like a day early. Then I could probably do that, but that's the best I could do. Best I could do is a day early. I'm sorry. But go over there, patreon.com/oddcastn. Catch you on the episode. Goodbye.
Where's the sound trip ever taken?
This is Stiff and I pounded a beat together for 5 years, so show some respect.
I'm sorry, miss. You know, I see so much of this senseless man that sometimes I get a little insensitive. All right. This loser has taken the chicken shit way out and punched around too.
Licorice, I'll find you, my friend. My crew shall pursue. On that you can depend.
Further suffering, there's no point in fucking proving. Objective present is some words of fucking nothing more. SVP, please. For the 10 of these, you have little time, and you're running out of life.
I would have expected Maverick to say something along those lines, but
Well, especially the way you described the whole thing. I'm like, so somebody's scrotum is tickling the back of your throat. What?
that's how it felt. God, it sucked. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. That was a shitty time. Because anytime I tried to talk, it just kept like choking me out. It sucked.
It was probably swollen just because you probably slept with your mouth open or something.
Yeah, I was looking at it. It was saying that could be one of the things, like dried out, heavy snoring, you fall asleep on your back. And I was like, yeah, I was just zonked out. So any of those could be a reason. Oh, that was a shitty trip. All right, so. Hey, everyone. If you're watching this at any given point, hopefully you're watching it on the day it releases, and it's my birthday. We have a special movie about birthdays.
And he stops talking. Well, he wants me to say something.
I was giving them a chance to wish me happy birthday. Give the audience a chance.
They're probably more like me going, and come on, go.
Yeah. Well, there's more editing I have to do. Just cut all that. So Paul picked this one out because it was a birthday movie, and I figured why not. It actually is a movie that I wasn't into when it first came out. I didn't get into it till I think a little bit after, and then I rewatched it. I was like, yeah, no, this isn't that bad. I think it was just the people I watched it with before kind of ruined it for me. But we're talking about Happy Death Day from 2017, because boy, oh boy. I have some notes about this director when I looked at it. And there's also some things behind the scenes that I was just kind of like, interesting choice to go to do that, but all right. But as always, me and Jokey Pants, with me Cerebral Paul. Thank you for being here, Paul. We appreciate you.
Yep, that's taking time away from my super busy schedule of nothing. Yeah.
No, you're constantly busy. You're always doing stuff. We all know that you're always doing stuff. Don't lie to the people. Not
lying to the people. I'm lying to the feds. I do nothing.
No, they love this show. They listen to it, all the shows, so intently, and they're like, man, these guys are just so funny
Yeah,
And they should give us all their money.
when I talk about Antifa, I'm talking about my aunt Tifa. She's a very nice lady.
Jesus Christ. All right. Oh. So, real quick, I do want to bring this up right in the beginning here, right in the beginning of the show. Normally I put in like an ad that has something, but I figured I'd just bring it up before we get into the movie fully. I've been quite busy with Maverick. We've been doing a bunch of bonuses. Me and Paul even did a bonus. And you can get them over on patreon.com/oddcastn. I'll put it on screen. You can see. But we have a ton of bonuses there. There's some of them that are free, that if you just go to Patreon, just sign up for it, you have some episodes there. And then we have some that are behind the $1, which also you can get these episodes early. About a month early, the way that we record these. You can get those early and check them out and then be ahead of the curve and then be like, I saw this before it released, and you can be in the cool club.
You don't realize how much this confuses me. We're doing Christmas episodes in the middle of August. You know,
hey, you know what? You get to see him before everybody else then. You know, I say that's a win. But yeah, just go check those out. We very much appreciate it. Because like me and Maverick have been doing a lot of interesting things, going through how we became friends, which is one of the new free episodes that's up, going up on Patreon. Is that Ed and Eddie, which is the show that me and Mike bonded with when we worked at McDonald's with, and how we became friends. So, you know, go check that out. You learn some stuff. So happy Death Day, 2017. Christopher Landon, who... I knew he did this and the sequel, and apparently there's a third one coming, which I wasn't aware of until I was looking at stuff, and I'm like, there's a third one? Happy Death Day to Us. And I was like, okay. I don't know how they're going to squeak out a third one in this series of movies, but all right. But he also did, and this is where I was like, so he doesn't do all good horror movies. Because he did Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, which is... the first Paranormal Activity was interesting for just like, okay, that's a thing. And then they just kept coming. And the marked ones, I know which one that was. That one's the one with the dude who like gets possessed by a ghost. And then there's a cult for some reason. And then it's just, that was a choice that was made with that series.
What was it? Was it the Thorn cult where they're worshiping Michael Myers on Sam Hain? What are we doing here?
If I remember right, they're just like basically witches, because it's just like a bunch of women who come at the end of that movie, and it was a weird twist for that's where they were, that like all the possessions were about that, and I'm like, oh well, that's just kind of dumb.
by the way, just so you know, little known thing, for as many movies as I've watched, good and bad and indifferent, throughout my entire life, because there's very few movies I have not watched. I have not watched one Paranormal Activity movie. Not one.
Really?
I have zero interest in watching it. I don't like, because I never like things like the Blair Witch Project, and I don't like found footage. There's been a couple of exceptions, but I'm not a fan of found footage stuff because I know it's bullshit, and you know, so it's hard to get into the mode of the story when you know it's bullshit. You know?
I mean, I guess that's fair. I don't know. I watched the first one out of just like curiosity of what was the hype.
Well, and remember all the hype they made. You know, people were having nightmares and wouldn't sleep with their lights off for nights and nights and
so
nights.
Many movies, like. Who the hell knows?
Maybe a cartoon monkey's gonna beat you over the head with a monkey wrench, and you need to go to work tomorrow and just need to recover. But you need the W energy. That's what you need. The only way you're gonna get through. I don't remember what the nightmare juice is called, but if W's smart, they should try to get that and make it a fucking flavor. TM. You owe me for that one. Actually, no, you could have that one for free.
So yeah, go on over to W, show us some love, and let's get on with the movie. I thought that they were all just kind of dumb, but I also have a brain.
And like, just like I'm going to draw out there, they're doing another Blair Witch. I'm like, why?
Are they doing another one?
Yes, they are.
why? Yeah, why?
Yeah, because it's like the what made the first one work is people were acting like, or they had people believing it was real. See, and that facade is totally gone. There's no, is this real or is this fake? We know it's bullshit. So
you
what
have
can
to
you?
at this point.
Yeah. So what can you possibly do to? This movie is not going to hit like the first one did. It's going to like.
Oh, the twist! It's a Blair wizard.
Yeah.
Her husband this time.
Excuse
So
me.
he
That's
did
a
that.
warlock, a male witch.
Yeah,
warlock.
there we go. A warlock. So he did the marked ones that he did another movie that I have, but I have it on Blu-ray, so I have no way to watch it. Which I know sounds weird, but I had a PS4 at one point, and then mistakes were made, and I don't have a PS4 anymore, and I kind of got screwed over on that one. But I can't watch Blu-rays now. But I have this one on that, which is Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. It was right after.
Fun-ish movie. Fun.
Yes, that's how I felt with it too. It's just it had its fun moments, but I felt like it could have been better. And then he did Happy Death Days, and then he also did Freaky, which Freaky is one of the few horror movies that Maverick saw on his own, and it was like I kind of liked it, and I was like, "You watch that? You don't even watch horror? Like, what do you mean?"
Now, Freaky was the one with Vince Vaughn, right?
Yeah, where it was Freaky Friday
again,
with the serial killer.
it kind of worked and kind of didn't.
It was better than it.
Of all those movies, you could see where he's stepping up his quality, but I think Happy Death Day is where he hit the mark.
I would agree. I would agree. And the sequel I found, I think I found that one a little bit more fun.
Well,
like
I mentioned in our chat, because they're self-aware at that point.
Yeah.
They're
which is why I'm looking at my note here. Like, I'm very confused. How is he gonna do Happy Death Day to Us? Because it says it's in production, but I'm like, with the two you already did, how do you spin this off to a third movie now? Like, she's just gonna go through it a third time? Like, I don't know how you're gonna make that work again.
Well, remember there was the mechanics behind the whole thing too, which they don't even explain until the second movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I assume that's what he's gonna do in the third one, is delve into that more. At least I would assume, because I figure that's probably like the only way you really get another movie out of that.
Because to be fair, she couldn't have been the only one affected by that situation.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But he seems to have a niche when it comes to this, though, because with Freaky and the Happy Death Days, like, taking a comedy movie and just turning it into a horror movie seems to be his, like, niche.
Right.
Which I was also surprised he didn't do, and I was a little surprised because I thought he had also done it, but he didn't do Totally Freaked or whatever. I don't remember the full title of it, but it's basically Happy Death Day, and I thought that was one that he did, but apparently that was somebody else. I was a little surprised me a little bit. I thought he did that one. So anyway, Happy Death Day. One of the more interesting notes I had, the mask was designed by the same guy who did the Ghostface stuff, which is Tony Gardner. And I was like, oh, interesting. He got like a horror, like, OG dude to be like, hey, design me this, like, killer mask, whatever. And I was like, all right, that's interesting. Like, all right. So with this mask is just a baby face, however you want to put it, kind of mask.
Well, it's based on the king cake stuff from Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
because that's the school that it takes place at. The baby king or whatever they call it. It's actually, something that's out there. Yeah.
But he said, Landon said that he tested the mask at the office. Like, he just wore it around and would jump scare people. And people got scared, and he's like, all right, that's the one we're going to stick with then. Which
Yep, because it's it's a freaky mask, dude. I gotta say.
really is. If I saw that thing in a dark hallway, I'd also be afraid. Oh, so here's an interesting note behind the scenes, and this was one I was not aware of at all. I've never heard anyone talk about it, but I found it. Allegedly, now this is an allegedly, but Michael Bay was gonna make this movie in 2007, and it was titled Half to Death, and he was gonna use Megan Fox.
Oh.
But it never got off the ground. And then Landon and oh god, I think I forgot to write down the writer's name. But like those two came in and just like rewrote it into what it is now. I don't think it would have worked with I don't think Bay's version would have worked, because like I don't see that being a thing. Well, then again, I could be wrong. He did Friday the 13th remake.
Well, and Megan has all of the acting range of a mannequin. So,
the only movie that me and Maverick will stand our ground on is Jennifer's Body. That is it. We're just like, we're okay with that one. Then that's whatever. However,
but even then, there's not a wide range of emotion there.
No, that's why it's like, it's not riding on her. It's riding on everyone else. But still. Which that one we give credit for, like the marketing on that one was absolutely genius. Of just, hey, you want to see Megan Fox naked? You know you want to see it, and then you get to the movie and it's like, yeah, no, it's not actually in here at all. Yeah. We just got you to come see it. It's fucking great marketing. But speaking of the King Cake baby whatever. That was another note I had, is they got sued over that. They had a massive lawsuit for that baby mask. New Orleans, the New Orleans school they were filming at, there is the Pelicans mascot, which is what that mask looked like. And apparently that school sued the shit out of them. Now, this movie was made in 2017. They weren't able to settle it till 2021. They finally got the case dropped. But, yeah, apparently they were just very much like, you fucking stole our mascot and made a horror movie. You didn't even give us credit. You. It's like, ooh, somebody didn't like that at all. But, so yeah, that's little, and I didn't write this one down. I just have this one in my head. Lodel, who was a comic writer, he said he originally wrote the script to be a bit more gory and in your face with things. Landon went back and toned everything down to PG-13. So originally this was like hard R, like gore effects and whatnot. And then Landon was like, nah, tone it down just a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know, because I don't mind this movie, but I wonder.
I think it works better like this. Actually, I think.
Okay.
From the tone and stuff, I think if you would have went hard R and tried to do some of the stuff they did for fun, it wouldn't have worked as well. You might have got whiplash off some of that. I mean,
Could be.
Though there's one part that I wish they would have left in and kept the hard R, but has to do with her walking across campus. But
and let's not go there.
And we'll talk about that when we get to that scene, because that is okay.
I think I know what you're talking about too. But
well, what's that?
I think I might know what scene you're talking about. We'll see if.
Okay,
we'll see
I'm just going to say, repeatedly she's seen walking from his room to wherever.
Yeah.
And in one of the scenes where she's totally nude, or it appears so in the movie. Well, guess what? When she shot the scene, she was totally nude.
Yeah, I had that note in here. I was like, but yeah, there is a bit in this movie where she does that. Like, yeah, it's she
we
did an interview.
We don't see anything, but apparently,
don't.
so she could get into the free flow of the movie. She thought it'd be cool to do it.
Yeah, she in her interview, she's like, it was just very freeing to just say fuck it, walk, dude. But the thing I had in my note about that is because they were filming on an actual campus, they had everyone on set had to work overtime to make sure no one was coming outside when they did that. They were like, luckily we got to do it in one take because that was real chaotic to keep that area cleared.
I thought I read that it took 4 takes for them to get that entire bit done. But what's funny about that is I guarantee you some co-ed was upstairs looking out windows going
100%. Somebody 100%. They were doing it on an active campus. Somebody saw something. So getting into this. Right off the bat, I like that the opening sequence repeats 3 times. I thought that was a fun little, like, what the movie's gonna be. But it also fucked me up because I thought maybe where I was watching it was fucking up. Like, kept, like, buffering backwards, and I was like, oh, come on. Just let me get through the movie, please. But I thought that was kind of fun. It does a little repeat there. But yeah, so this one just opens up on a college and a hungover teenager. Even though she's not really a college teenager, she's actually in her 30s. But you know, it's typical Hollywood. You just cast older age and go from there. But
I will say she did not look 30, dude. Not even.
Dude, when I read she was in her 30s, it's like, wait, I'm sorry, what? There's no way this woman was that old. No way.
And we're not talking Ozempic and Botox either. This was
Yeah,
she was all her,
and it was just like a fine
really
line.
good. Yeah.
It's goddamn. But yeah, so she's in a guy's dorm room. She wakes up hungover. We get that was another thing. When her phone rings and it's doing it's your birthday, apparently, and I had forgotten this from the trailers way back when it was releasing, but they had done a 50 Cent song and they just couldn't get the rights. So when the movie came out, they had to change that in every scene. Which is rough. With how many times that gets used, that's rough. But yeah, so she wakes up, she has a hangover, she talks to the guy for a minute, and then she's just like, you know, we don't know each other. You don't know me. Yeah. I was never here.
I'm Carter, by the way.
Not a word of this to anyone. Got it?
Yeah, sure.
She didn't even know his name. Okay.
Nope. Which is something that Lodell said he was doing when he was writing this. He's like, what if you had the absolute bitch of a character also be your main character, last person standing? Like, what if you mix the two? Which comes off very clear right in the beginning. She's a total bitch. Just like, don't talk to me. We don't know each other. If you see me, you walk the other way. And it's like, ooh, this poor guy. He just tried doing the nice thing, as you'll find out. He was just being nice.
Yep. She's basically your sorority bitch.
Yes.
She's full of herself. She just, everybody else is beneath her and below her status.
Oh,
but she's the one doing the walk of shame. So I'm just saying. Yeah.
Well. But you also get the roommate that busts in and tries asking about if he tapped that last night, and he's like, "Oh, my bad, my bad." It's just like, Jesus Christ. But this is where when she walks outside, you get the first sequence of a few that you're gonna see throughout this, of like everything that's gonna happen: the activists, car alarm, frat guy passing out. She also gets stopped by a dude she apparently went on one date with, and she makes a line to this guy about taking a date to Subway, but you definitely don't have a foot long. And I saw she improvised that line, and they kept it because they're like, that's actually pretty good. That's actually a really good burn. We're gonna keep it. Oh, but yeah. So she gets back to her dorm. She gets stopped by the sorority. What, like?
Well, because she was a
Queen
pledge. Because I believe she's either a pledge or I think she's a pledge at this point. Because this is very clearly pledge week for the sororities and the fraternities.
Yeah, that's fair.
Though she may have just been there, but yeah, there was a whole lot of "Who are you?" You know, we don't do that here type of shit. You know.
Yeah, there's so much of that. But yeah, she gets surprised by the queen bee of this sorority house, whatever. Goes up to her room, tries to pass out. We meet her roommate, who apparently found out it's her birthday because she saw her license. And this will be a thing that comes into play much later. But she's just being all nice, just like, oh yeah, you know, you just embarrass yourself just a tad bit. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, hey, by the way, I secretly found out it's your birthday, so I made you this cupcake. Happy birthday. But she's late to class, so she throws it away. Like a total bitch. Also, as much as I know what happens by the end of this movie, I would have scarfed that down. That is a red velvet cake with the cream cheese icing. I'm a sucker for that.
Well, I can just tell you because of what we know, it would have been a very short movie. It
would have been an extremely short movie. Oh, but this is where we get more about our main character's life, who she goes by Tree, which I think later in the movie it was like Teresa, but she goes by Tree. She doesn't like her full name. But she goes to class, but she's like supposed to go to class. She's late. She ends up heading to a hospital, which I'm like, oh, is this gonna be like her mom or her dad sick or something? No, she's just a horrible person and sleeping with her professor who's a married man. She's just like, we just gotta add in everything to make you hate this person. Like, right off the bat, she's so unlikable. Oh. Which the wife, like, bursts into the room, almost completely catches them in the act. And then she takes off because she obviously feels awkward, the wife walking in like that. Oh, and we cut over to she's like back at the sorority house, the queen bee of the house, like taking her clothes to go to a party, asking her if she's gonna go to this party. And we just kind of cut into night. She's apparently been at a party. She's trying to walk home. This right here. So when she's walking, she takes this tunnel, and there's a little music box that starts going off, doing the happy birthday song. Walk the other way. There is nothing in a million years in my brain that would be like, I need to go pick that up and see what this is about. No. I'm walking the other way. I'm never going that way again. Oh. But she goes up to this little music box and just like, oh, that's weird. And then we see the killer on the other end of the tunnel, a jump scare her. And then she gets freaked out. She finally decides to go walk away. And the music box goes off again. She gets jumped. She gets stabbed in the face. And then she wakes up again in that dorm room. And now you fully understand what this movie is. She's not going to have a good day. Repeatedly not going to have a good day.
So, now, even though they said it's more like a different movie, it is very much like Groundhog Day. I don't care what they said about that.
100% Groundhog
Day. That hoity-toity movie they talk about in some of the background stuff. I'm like, no, it's fucking Groundhog Day. Okay?
It is 100%. This is just Groundhog's Day as a horror movie. There's no way around that.
Just like It's a Wonderful Knife, where they're playing with time and going back and
Very much so. Very much so. Oh, but yeah, she wakes up. She does the same exact thing. She has the alarm go off. The guy talked to her.
The guy, Carter. We've learned by now his name is Carter.
Yeah, his name's Carter. But like this time she feels very strange. Like she hasn't quite caught on to what's going on, so we just get this like, I feel like I've done this before. I feel like all of this is eerily familiar, but whatever.
Very, very deja vu. Yeah, that's
yeah. She just hasn't quite picked up.
Which they played that well. They played that well. They played.
I think
the whole,
so too. I think it
okay.
does
I'm redoing this, but is it all in my head, or am I really? Yeah.
Yeah, like was I just so drunk that I'm just remembering something of a dream, whatever. But this time it cuts over. We get back to the doctor's office there. But this time she locks the door. She doesn't just let the door like be unlocked, whatever. She locks it straight up. And then she asks the doctor, because after going to the frat house and doing the same thing again, she tries to ask him about like deja vu things. Like, is it possible to just keep reliving the same things? Do you know anything about this? And this man, this man is just so clearly like, you could be dying and I could care less. Just get your shirt off. Let's go at it. Which then the wife tries to barge in, and he's like, "Oh, thank God you locked the door." She's like, "Yeah, it is, isn't it?" It's almost like I knew that was gonna happen. So she's still just like, she's still weirded out that everything is happening again, and she's clearly already done this.
And the wife definitely had a reaction because the door was locked. So
100%, that wife is so suspicious. But this time, when she gets to that tunnel and she sees the wind-up, she decides, nah, I think I remember what happened last time. So she goes a different way home. Which this one is pretty fun. This is pretty fun because she gets back. There's a surprise party, but there's a dude who jumps out in the mask because it's the school mascot, and she just screams and decks him in the face. And then everybody's like, oh shit, we were trying to throw you a surprise party. You're just assaulting us. Which we find out that dude is apparently like, what is it, like the lead girl's boyfriend, or at least interest, like they've been seeing each other, whatever.
Right, which now we find out a little bit more of that backstory that, that Tree has been messing around with this guy too. So
yeah. She's really living that college life. Really living it to the fullest. So the guy ends up taking her, getting her up to his room. And my God, this dude, I want to say douche. I want to say he's just a giant douche. Because he has, like, a disco ball and shit, like, on his ceiling. He's, like, blaring music. And he's like, yeah, welcome to the love cave. And I'm like, oh, God. Oh, if I were her, I would have just punched him and left. I would have punched him again. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, but she gets distracted because she's getting her text messages from the lead of the house. This is like, you're sleeping with him, aren't you? I would never do that. Never. No, we're such good friends.
Yeah, there was no sleeping involved. I'm sorry.
Hey. Why do you think I was home so late? There's no sleeping. Oh, but I do enjoy this segment because the music's so loud no one can hear them. So the killer's like gets into the room, kills the dude behind her while she's distracted, hides the body off, and then walks up behind her.
And there's no way the kill was quiet either, because I mean there was a little bit of
God,
a
no.
tussle going on there. Like,
Yeah, oh God, no, there was no way it was quiet. But it's
but she's
fun though.
totally oblivious to everything going on around her. I think that was the point here. She is absolutely oblivious to everything.
Absolutely oblivious. But again, I thought it was pretty fun though, because
and here he didn't hide the body. Remember, she turns around, there he is in the mask, and she's like thinking it's still the guy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on, knock it off. That's silly. And she looks down and she sees his bloodied body.
That's what it is. Yeah. See, that's where like I thought this was fun because he had already done the jump scare with that. To her, it's just like, oh, we're trying the same thing again. Blah blah blah. Just being playful. Until a knife comes out, you see a dead body, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is who I think it is. But like they start tossing it on the bed. And it makes me laugh so hard because when they're fighting with each other, there's one of the frat guys walks in the room, sees what's going on, and just goes, oh, nice. And then he leaves. And she's just like, fucking help me. What are you doing? Which is fun. But he breaks a bong and stabs her again. And we got right back to she's starting over for a third time. One of the rare cases where we'd actually killed someone. So she restarts again. And this time, being the third time, she thinks she's going absolutely crazy, which is fair. Absolutely fair. When you're like, what day is it? Oh, it's Tuesday, my birthday again? Well, this isn't right at all.
Yeah, actually, it was Monday. It was a Monday.
Or Monday, sorry.
See, details.
Yeah.
But it's cool because now this time she's starting to wise up because she wakes up and, you know, do you have any aspirin? And she starts telling Carter where his stuff is.
She's telling him where everything is? Yeah.
It's under your clothes. Yeah, it's over there. It's you know.
She makes possibly the smartest decision you could try to make. However, it doesn't work. And because of what we'll find out later, there's a very clear reason why this does not work. But instead of going through the same routine, she just like immediately goes home and just like, you know what? I'm just going to barricade myself in. Nobody can kill me. Nobody can get to me. It'll be perfectly fine. Which in theory, that is not the worst decision you could make. If only you knew the other details, you would have known that wouldn't have worked. But so far so good. Like we get into the night. And everybody's going off to their party, do whatever. She's just going to stay home, watch TV. She's like, all I got to do is make it till morning. Perfectly fine. Nothing can happen. Until she can't find the remote. And then this is where she rifles through papers. She finds a birthday card that she hadn't looked at yet. That's just very cryptic. Basically like, I'm going to fucking kill you later. Just so you know, happy birthday, you're going to die. She's like, oh, well, I should probably figure out who the hell sent me that, but that's a problem for a later time. Oh, and she like, the TV starts changing channels, so she obviously is like looking around. It's like not the closet, not under the bed. This I thought was pretty fun, that she goes into the bathroom. She doesn't get to check anything because the TV gets switched to like a news channel talking about stuff, so she gets distracted. And of course that's where the killer is. She just didn't get to look. And she tries to fight him off. I give her credit. She did try. But it doesn't work. We get a fourth time around. Oh. And I almost forgot, there's another detail they add in the third time around when she's locked up, is that the power is having outages on and off. And they bring up like, oh yeah, that's a thing that's been happening. And it's like, huh, which will come into play at the end of the movie. She will use that to her advantage towards the end. But yeah, so we get to the fourth time around. And this time she straight up looks at Carter and just like, you gotta help me. You're a nerd. You understand things. You gotta help me. I'm going crazy. This is the fourth goddamn time I've heard my phone ring. Oh. Which, it's fun. They have like a whole conversation and she's like acting as gross as she can, like farting, burping, whatever. And he's like, man, I've never seen a girl do that. She's like, you're not going to remember tomorrow. It's like, it doesn't matter.
I thought they did it well because it showed that she totally broke off her routine. I mean, they go out, they have lunch, and they do this, they have a full discussion, and, you know.
Oh, yeah, they have, like, a full-on, like, actual bonding, which plays into more towards the end of how things will go for them. But he makes her a list of suspects, and it's so funny when he's like, so who do you think would try to kill you? And she's just like, well, this one Uber driver I was really mean to, the laundromat person. Oh, there was that one, like, housekeeper we had. I was just like, Jesus Christ, everyone's going to be trying to kill her. She's just rattling off people.
And he's like, narrow it down to here, now. You know?
Narrow it down to, like, 5, and we'll go from there.
I mean, who has motive?
Okay, maybe it's Danielle.
Right.
Apparently I made out with some guy she liked right in front of her last night.
Oh. Must have been before we met. Busy night?
Okay, mister, I'm gonna take this drunk girl home and take advantage of her, don't you?
For the record, I didn't take advantage of you last night, okay? I slept on Ryan's bed.
So, we didn't have...
No, you were wasted last night. You know, I was afraid you were gonna fall or choke on your own vomit like Janis Joplin.
What were we...
Suspects.
Right, suspects. Okay, so Danielle... Gregory, his wife, Creepy Tim... Oh, that tiny girl from TJ Maxx that I got fired. And maybe the Uber driver that I spit on last week. I think his name was... What? Nobody's perfect.
Okay, this isn't helping.
Oh. But this is... this is also where we find out that Carter didn't sleep with her. Like, that didn't happen. He says that she was just too drunk and he didn't want something to happen to her, so he took her back to his place and let her sleep in his bed. He slept in his roommate's bed. Roommate slept in his car. She's very surprised by this. She's like, wait, you didn't take advantage of me? He's like, no, God, no. Do you think I am, a fucking monster? Like, no, you were just really, really drunk and I didn't want something to happen. So Carter's a genuinely good guy.
Yeah, genuinely nice guy. Yeah,
he's very nice.
He's trying to just do the right thing, and he's still to a point treating him like shit. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, no, she hasn't turned over a new leaf quite yet. She's gonna die a few more times before that happens. Oh my God, Paul, we figured it out. All the people who are mean, we just need to put them in a time loop, and they need to die about 10 times. They'll change their life.
Well, and I like it because, remember, this is the time, too, where as they're going through, and she's got Carter, and she's going, car alarm, sprinklers, this guy's going to fall, boom, 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 you know, and he's like,
well, this is weird. Oh, and then so from here she has her list.
I also like when the first time, and she wear the Tylenol, and she takes the whole bottle and she just mouths the whole thing.
Yes.
He's like, that's gonna kill you. She's like,
I've been killed by worse. That's the least of my concerns. Oh. So yeah, she has her list. And then we get a montage of her spying on everybody on this list to figure out who it might be. She first spies on Tim, the dude who stops her and asks her, like, we went on one date, why haven't you texted or called me back? And she finds out he's secretly gay, and she's like, "Aw, well, I should just tell him to stop leaving me alone and just be you, dude." She gets murdered immediately after. Then she comes back again, and she just skips through everything. She's just like, "Nope, I'm on a mission. I gotta just figure out who it is and stop it." She goes after Stephanie, to try one of the housemates. She realizes it's not her. And then she gets fucking drowned in a fountain. It's just like, my God. And then she goes after Danielle, who is the queen bee of the house. And this is where she finds the birthday card. Which, here's the thing. If like, she sees the birthday card, if Danielle's not, like, involved with it, was she just, like, getting the mail for the house? Is that why she had it on her? Or was that,
it's
like...
It's possible, yeah. That.
But then she gets hit by a fucking bus. So it doesn't matter. But Danielle has no idea, so she realizes, like, okay, it's not her. And then after that, this is when we get the fully nude scene. Where she just went nude. Says, fuck it. I haven't figured out who it is. I still got the list to go through. I'm almost out of suspects. You know what? Let's have fun this time. And just goes full nude. Like, fuck it. And then she tries to scope out one of the other housemates, who she finds out is secretly doing runs at night to, like, keep losing weight. Because there's, like, a meeting that she had attended at one point, which I forgot to bring up. She went to, like, a house meeting, and she gets shamed for having chocolate milk.
Yeah,
So, like,
one of the rushes, is the queen bitch of the sorority is calls her fat and tell her she needs to lose weight and
It's just the worst. But yeah, she sees she's just running at night, and she's like, okay, well, it's not her. My bad. And then immediately gets killed by the bat that she was going to use. Yeah. So she's dead again. So all of the suspects she thought could be it, none of them have panned out. Just absolutely none of them could be it. She keeps getting killed every time she spies on anyone. And at this point, she's on, like, her 8th fucking try. She's just like, I can't keep doing this. This sucks.
I would say that we know of, because much like Groundhog Day, there could be some times in there that we have no clue what she did or didn't do. Yeah,
you know, that's very fair. There could be some more there. But this time when she wakes up, she tries to leave. She's just like, I don't have time to explain everything. I just got to figure this out. And then collapses, so she gets taken to the hospital. And this was such a fun inclusion. Personally, I felt it was a very fun inclusion when she's at the hospital and the doctor's like, yeah, so we did MRIs and x-rays, and you have so much scar tissue, like, you should be dead. Like, you shouldn't even be alive. It looks like you've been stabbed, and, like, the hell? Which is such a fun thing of, like, the more she does this loop, she comes back normal, but all that damage is, like, just still there.
There's still remnants of the damage, which is interesting if you look.
It really is, because that to me brings up, because I think they mentioned it at some point, is, like, is there a limited amount of times? And that makes me think there would be, like, a limit to how many times you could redo
well,
this.
And I believe that was also in the background stuff for some of the rewrites they did, that originally it was going to be a matter of she comes back, with the wounds and whatever. And
which, again, just a very fun little line to have in there, a fun little scene to be like, she's still experiencing all the shit she should. So Carter goes to the hospital to see her. We see the doctor she was having an affair with is, like, overly protective of her because he's been sleeping with her. He doesn't like that another man's coming around. No.
When can I get out of here?
I'm having a hard time pulling your medical records.
Why?
We just got these back from imaging, and these are signs of major trauma. Given the severity of the scar tissue and the size of the lesions, this is going to sound crazy, but technically, you should be dead.
But she's over this doc, so she doesn't care. She gets him to leave. She sneaks out. And there's the first time she came to the hospital, she saw that there was a cop sitting in a hallway. As she's escaping the hospital this time, she looks down that hallway but sees there's an empty chair. And this is just like little breadcrumbs of things that are going to be important. But the doc finds her, tries to get her to be like, all right, let's go back to your room. We'll figure all this out. Immediately gets murdered. And she's just like, well, I mean, you're kind of a dick anyways. So like, hey, whatever. Oh, but she like gets into his office. She gets his car keys. She's just going to take his car and take off. We get a fun little cat and mouse in the garage. Like she's hiding behind cars, trying to keep out of sight. And until she doesn't know what car it is, so she has to hit the little car alarm just to be like, which one is it? Barely gets away, but she does manage to get away. But then, of course, she immediately gets pulled over by a cop. It's just like license registration is just like, I don't have any of that. And as they're talking, I laughed at this because she's just like, wait, I tell you I'm drunk and on drugs, are you going to arrest me? Like, have to lock me away somewhere where no one can reach me? And the cop's so confused. He's just like, yeah, I guess that's how that works. I've never had anyone ask me that before. So she gets arrested and she's just like, yes, I'm going to beat it this time. He can't get me in the police station. My fucking God. The killer also took a car, comes out of nowhere, and just plows this cop over. Now, I've seen other slasher kind of movies that do something like this. Typically, the killer would take the car, and like it's because they can't go anywhere. They have them trapped. This one's a bit more fun with it because the killer had scraped the cop car, so after he kills the cop, killer comes up, taps on the window, is like, yeah, no, I have the keys, like I have everything you need to be free, and I'm not going to open the door. And then the killer walks away, and it's like, well, what's the plan here? And then we see that they hit the gas tank, and there's just gas everywhere. So it takes a candle, a little birthday candle, and bloop. And I love this. She's like, ah, shit. It's just an explosion.
Oh, shit! Oh, fuck.
Once again, she was so close that time, but once again, she fucking dies. Oh. So at this point, she tries Carter again when she wakes up. She once again tells him what's going on, explains everything. They go to the diner, and she's like, we already he immediately brings up, like, well, we should make a list of who it could be. She's like, we already tried that. In fact, we tried everyone I could think of. Not a single one of them was the killer. I've died so many times. It's like, wait, we've done this? Like, yes, we've done this a couple times, actually. But this is where she gives you background information on herself. We find that, like, she was very close with her mother, who was born on her mother's birthday. So, like, they shared a birthday, they were very close, and then something happened to her mom. Like, mom died, and then her and her dad got distant. We learn more about her, why she is the way she is, which is neat. But then she sees on the news that there is a killer. And that the killer's at the hospital. That's when she puts 2 and 2 together. That when she was at the hospital, that cop who was sitting there, who disappeared, that's the killer. And she thinks to herself, like, well, if somebody's going to murder me and it's not anybody I know, that I've gone through this list and no one's panned out, it has to be this killer who only kills women. And it has to be somehow he's escaping and killing me. And I just don't know why. But fuck knowing why, I just need to kill him so that I can end this.
Yeah.
Which I thought there was going to be... Honestly, when I first watched it, I thought there was going to be a connection of, like, that he, like, murdered her mom or something along those lines, but I don't even think they go in that.
I like the fact that they didn't touch any of those tropes. He had no tie to her whatsoever.
He's just a random serial killer. Just some dude who happens to be in town.
Who was basically pointed at her, and they went, okay. And you find out at the end of the movie why and by who, but, you know.
So she now knows that this is what's going to happen. So she gets all readied up. She goes like full Buffy Vampire Slayer, like, just, I'm going to bring knives, I'm going to tie my hair up, like leather jacket, I'm going to fuck this dude up. Doesn't go exactly how she wants. Like, first off, she has to threaten a cop, which is just unfortunate for that cop. It's like, either you're going to die, because clearly this dude's getting out and killing you. So she, like, holds a knife to him and is just like, put your gun down, give me the key, walk away. Just walk away. This doesn't need to get any messier than it already is gonna be. She goes in the room. Dude's already in the mask and get up. And she's like, I know you're not sleeping, so get up. And then she immediately gets fucked up. Like, this dude just throws her around like a rag doll. And he's like, man, normally they don't fight back. This is kind of fun. Thank you for this. Just like, god damn. But those blackouts are where this comes back in, because she, like, sets her watch to time it. She knows a blackout's coming, so she times it just right. Gets the jump on him, fucks him up. But then Carter shows up, thinking he's gonna help. He doesn't really help all that much, because he gets murdered immediately. He tried to help. So she gets the killer, like, incapacitated, and she could finish him off, but then she thinks in her brain, like, but Carter died. I don't want Carter to be dead. Fuck, I'm gonna have to restart again. You know what?
Yeah.
Coming back for you. she jumps to her death, comes back again, and she's like, I know what to do this time. I know where the killer is. Carter's not gonna die. We're gonna be all good. Like, I finally figured this out. So she gears up again. She goes to lunch with her dad, because that was something she kept not doing this entire movie. Was like, her dad would call, say she didn't show up for lunch, whatever, and he's very disappointed. So she actually shows up to the lunch, and this is where she's had a complete, like, changing of, like, a new leaf, where she's like, I've been really shitty to everybody, and you know what? I'm sorry, Dad. I've been really shitty since Mom died. I haven't been there. I should do this more often. I should be a better kid. I should be a better person. She also ends up at the meeting, and she turns the tables on the queen bee. Just dumps the milk all over. Just like, yeah, you know what? Everybody eat and drink whatever you want. Fuck whatever she says. Be your own person. So she gears up once again. She's all gussing.
If I remember right, she also instead of denying she knows Carter, she laid one on him. If I recall.
Yeah, she's full on like she's fallen in love with Carter with how many, but he's so confused. He's just like, you're welcome. I don't understand what this is about. We just met. And she's like, no, we've met like in total like a total of like 2 weeks or so. How many times I've fucking died? Oh. But this time she gets back to the hospital. She does a thing with the cop, and she says something about that she's died for like 16 times. So like, just give me the gun. I'm not gonna do it the way I was doing it earlier. Yeah. Just give me the gun.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where she shoots the killer. She thinks it's over. Like she's killed the killer.
Well, hang on though. First, she goes to shoot the killer, but the safety's on. And so he beats her around a little bit. Yeah. He beats her around a little bit, but she gets her hand back on the gun, and this time the safety's not on.
The safety's not on this time. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
So she kills the killer, and she's all done. Like, she literally celebrates. She's like, hell yeah, I did it. I've got this in the bag. Everything's great.
You're a feisty little shit, ain't you? That's right, crawl, little girl, crawl. Don't worry. I'll just make this one real quick for you, okay?
Safety's off. Thanks for the tip.
She celebrates with Carter, and she gets out that cupcake her roommate kept trying to give her. And she's like, you know what? I've earned this. I've finally broke this cycle. Tomorrow's going to be a new day. Eats the cupcake. Wakes back up in the morning and is like, motherfucker, but I did everything right. I killed the killer. I did everything. What did I possibly do wrong? Oh. This is where, so this time, she rushes home. Once again, like, Max on Carter, just like, I'm going to date you. But I just have to break this fucking time loop real quick. This is where she gets back, and she realizes, like, because she did everything right. Like, she knows all the patterns. She knows everything that's been happening. She killed the killer, but she still died. So when she gets back and the roommate does her thing this time about, like, it's your birthday, you didn't think you could possibly keep that from me, do you? This is where she puts two and two together. She's like, wait a minute. wait a minute. I shot the killer, I made it back home, and I ate your fucking cupcake. Yeah. Wait a minute. I like the twist here is that the killer was a red herring. He was never the thing that she was supposed to get at all. She's immediately like, what did you put in that cupcake? She's like, what? I made it from scratch. I made it just for you. Yeah, I ate it and then I died. Oh, that's crazy. You're not dead? That's insane. It's like, okay. You eat it then. No, it's yours. I insist. Like, okay. I'll take it down to the lab and, we'll run a test and we'll see what you put in that cupcake. And this is where she gets into a cat fight with their roommate.
No, first she's like, well, why don't you eat it? Go ahead. I mean, the old, if you think somebody's poisoning you thing,
yeah, exactly. Here you go. Go ahead. Just take a bite. Prove to me I'm wrong. The one thing I can say, writing wise, I think the weakest part for me is the reason the roommate's trying to kill her. Because the roommate's just like, you kept sleeping with a guy that I was into, and he wouldn't have anything to do with me. He just kept going to you. And then also, I just fucking hate you. It's like, I mean, it's a pretty simple reasoning, but like, to plan an entire murder over this, where like you were gonna break out a serial killer, you were gonna poison a cupcake, like, god damn, ladies. This is a bit extreme, don't you think?
Guess all you wanted was a cheap slut like you. You've been killing me over some stupid guy? Oh, that's not the only reason. You're a dumb bitch, too! What I really want to know is, how did you figure it out? Because you've killed me before. Then I guess I'm just gonna have to do it again.
Jesus. But yeah, so they get into their fight, and she shoves the cupcake in the roommate's face and like makes her eat it, which makes the roommate freak out because she knows it's fucking poisonous shit.
Yeah. She's like, blah, blah, blah.
She's like trying to pull out of her mouth. Oh, so Tree fucking grabs onto like the chandelier lamp thing on the ceiling and just fucking kicks her out the window to her death. And we get like the news coverage where they're like, what happened? It's like, oh, I always didn't like her. I always thought she was real weird. Who would have thought she was trying to murder somebody? Oh, but like,
by the way, they wouldn't have got that figured out so fast. Tree would have spent some time in jail.
Yeah, no, Tree 100% had to go to prison for a bit. She was on trial for murder.
This wasn't NCIS. They wouldn't have been like, oh, the cupcake look I was what? No. There would have been a few days before those test results were in.
Yeah, there would have been some investigating here. But I mean, for the most part, she wins. But then of course they do the fake out where she wakes up and it's like the exact same morning. She's like, no, hell no. And then Carter's like, no, I'm just fucking with you. I reset your alarm and everything. I just thought it would be funny. It's like, what a dick. Like, way to re-traumatize someone. Like, hey, remember how you died
That's
like
why
17,
the sequel is actually
times?
Happy Death Day to You, Carter's castration. You know, it was just...
But yeah, she gets Carter. She's going to have a happy life. Everything's fine. Until you get to the sequel and then something else happens. But, like, for this movie, she's broken the cycle and she's good. Now, I have a question for you, Paul. Would you rather have to live through the movie Happy Death Day or just live through Groundhog's Day itself? Would you rather be murdered over and over and over again?
I don't know. I would think running into, what's his name, Phil Ryerson every morning would get annoying after a while.
I think I would become a murderer in that one. Just like,
well,
you know what?
in a way, he kind of did. You know.
Yeah. But that's Happy Death Day. It's honestly, if you've never seen it, I think it's a fun time. Like it's not super serious with things that it's doing, and it has a fun enough like whodunit thing going on with it, with the time loop things going on, and I think it has enough fun scenes to keep you entertained. The sequel, like we had talked about before, is a little bit more self-aware. That one's still pretty fun. Again, I don't understand what he's gonna do for a third one. It would have to be something about like the whole engineering and whoever's behind stuff going on. It would have to be. If it's not, then Landon, I don't know what the hell you're doing. You're just gonna milk this for she's stuck in another fucking time loop? Like,
well, but do we even know? Do we even know if it's her again, or like I said, Because
honestly, I didn't look at the casting. It
the
just said
events
in
that the
production.
events that they disclose in the second movie, this could be affecting other people as well, or could have affected.
I just, yeah. You know, I didn't look at
Yeah.
who's casted or anything. It just said in production, which threw me off. I had no idea they were doing another one. But the first one here, yeah, no, it's a pretty fun. It's a pretty all right time. I think if you've never seen it, just watch it through. It's fun. And being PG-13, you don't have to worry about like if you're shy with blood or anything like that. Yeah, they do pretty well to make it pretty entertaining without relying on that.
It looks like it is her, and she's the only one listed as cast. Jason, so it's still a Blumhouse production.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, and just because it says it's in production doesn't mean it's actually going to go anywhere.
That's fair. I mean, I assume, because I think the first two made a decent amount, so I assume they're probably going to put it through. But that could change, because Blumhouse and A24 have been focusing more on horror game adaptations, so there could always be something they're like, this will make more money, and then that gets tossed to the wayside, so who knows. Not like that's happened before.
I will say they do have some decent games coming out. I got to play some of the demos at PAX a couple months ago, so yeah. Don't look at me like that. That wasn't a Blumhouse gig though.
Oh, that's fair.
The game is not a Blumhouse gig, and it's not even based on their movies. It's based on the original 1978 Halloween.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. For rounding out our show, I brought this up with What an Oddcast, but it fits more here for me to mention it. I watched Killer Whale, and that might be one of the dumbest fucking movies I've ever seen. I thought there was no way to outdo some of the other dumb shit movies that have been made. But it follows that trope of two girlfriends who have to survive. But it's so fucking dumb. I honestly might just do a solo jokey with it to point out just how absolutely dumb that movie was. It made no goddamn sense. How does the killer whale go from the aquarium to then somehow it's in the isolated rock beach thing in the middle of the ocean, which doesn't make any fucking sense to begin with. It doesn't add up, and it drove me nuts because it was so fucking dumb. But I only watched it because I was like, oh yeah, I remember that came out. Let's see how bad it is. And then, that's going to be a solo at some point.
Yeah.
Jesus. But
well, remember, we had Jason takes Manhattan, and we still don't know how Camp Crystal Lake got tied to the Hudson River or whatever.
You know what? We don't. It just did. Anyways. So for the rest of July, we have a bit of a mix up in the episodes, I would say. We have some things that aren't necessarily horror movies, but these things that are just more of one of the movie after this one is a movie that I have not seen since I was a kid, but it popped up recently, and I remember watching it a lot growing up. So I'm curious of how it's gonna hold up. Am I gonna love it again, or am I gonna be like, why did I watch this so much as a kid? Mm-hmm. What the fuck is wrong with me? Which has happened before. But again, go over to the Patreon. You can catch the bonus episodes. Me and Paul did Loaded Weapon. There may be other things that come in the near future. At the moment, Maverick's got me pretty busy with things that he's got ideas with. He's been a mad machine with coming up with shit. But just go check it out. There's some free. And as I said, the $1 tier, I'm not going to charge you a shit ton. Just literally $1. You can get these episodes early. There's some exclusive episodes underneath that. And we appreciate you. And, oddcastmedia@gmail.com. If you have any requests, reviews, anything like that, shoot it over there. We can always check to see if it's a movie that we'll cover. Paul still has his challenge. If you can name something that's bad that he hasn't seen, then we'll cover it. but it's very
Yeah,
hard to find something.
we need to push that some more too. We need to see what we can come up with. Yeah,
I'm curious what things people would throw at us. But as always, you have to remember the rules to survive depending on the movie that you're in. With this movie specifically, you know what? I had a hell of a time coming up with a rule to fit this because you just kind of have to.
Oh, it's easy. Don't eat the random cupcake. That's
Yeah, don't trust your roommate's cupcakes. Speaking of which, I gotta feed my roommate a cupcake. But anyway, that's unrelated. So, don't look into that. That's unrelated. He's totally gonna be safe and fine.
So if anything happens to him, if anything happens to,
anything happens, hard to
redacted anytime soon. Yeah.
Don't prank your friends as a serial killer. Everyone shame Anthony. Then this is his favorite Alien movie, Alien Resurrection, because I
just no.
It was his first Alien. He's like, I love it for that, and I'm like, there's better ones. You could go to literally almost any other one.
The only caveat I gave that, at least it was an Alien 3. Okay,
it's not Alien 3, but boy. And don't dump chemicals in the water. Close the beaches, for the love of God. If you saw our episode before this for July 4th, just do it. Oi. Also, speaking of Alien 3, before I completely end out, did you see that there was people who went back and did a re-edit of Alien 3?
Yeah, I haven't, yeah, to try to make it make sense, because it has the bones of a good movie, but
it was just very chopped up.
Yeah.
I saw somebody who did a talk about it, and I guess some of the color correcting things that they used made it look a bit weird, because there were the alien vision got color corrected for what they were doing through the system they had, and it makes it look less interesting, whatever. But I guess it's a little bit better, but it's hard to save that movie.
Well, I mean, people are just mad because they had set up some great stuff with Newt and the whole bit and Alien 3. Okay, we're going to wipe all that out, and now she's on a prison planet.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened now? What happened now?
Fun times. So anyway, catch us on our next one. Catch Cerebral Paul here. He's doing stuff all the time. You can catch him over on Twitter at CerebralPaul1, where sometimes he gives updates. I've noticed as of late, he just gets into arguments with people about shit, and I find it hilarious to read. But I'll sit there and look at it yeah, give it to him, Paul. Fucking give it to him.
Hey, I am trying to be a legitimate source for gaming news. None of this hyped up bullshit. That's all it is. Yeah.
That's very fair. It's very fair. I hate the man. The man does his research. The man has his insider ways. So you trust what Cerebral Paul tells you.
Well, yeah, because Cerebral Paul doesn't jump on rumors. I do not play the rumor game.
That's
the source of a source of a source is a source, of course. I'm like, no. I've
fallen for that before. I'm not falling for that.
Yeah. All the outlets are saying it. Yeah, but they all got it from this one outlet. No, stop. For the love of God.
Here's the problem, folks. Also, all the news, because I always have to end up clicking on things and just read. They will just use gotcha phrases that they know will get clicks, and it won't even be about the fucking thing that it says it is, and it's super annoying. Everyone was losing their minds because they were like, government's banned Fable 5, not the fucking game. They're just saying that because they know that'll get your attention. It's an AI system. It has nothing to do with the game. They're just saying it the way they are for that reason. So anyway.
That being said, something I don't usually do. If you want good, proper game reviews and game news, boardsofgaming.net is the group that I'm part of. I'm an editor and a contributor over there. And we don't do the gotcha. We just give you the facts. No. Yeah.
If it's not something that has been confirmed or is able to be confirmed in some way, you won't find it there. So I honestly can agree. But yeah, other than that, folks, we'll catch you with the next one. And stay out, stay happy. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.